Sprunki. So for those who've been living under a rock, there is an Incredibox game called Sprunki, and well, it looks simple at first, where you can just like do this, you know what Incredibox is, we just like place a character, plays good music, Like this is very simple until you place voice 5 and everything goes to complete crap. Everyone, loads of characters have been mauled to death, survivors have been traumatized. Yeah, this is a survivor too. There's lots of characters that have been tortured a lot from these characters, from like loads of stuff. So, you're probably wondering why I'm telling you this, so I want to figure out on what happened to each single character and how they experienced their trauma. So that's why I got the Sprunki Wiki to help me with that. Our first character we have is Orange, also known as Orin. So, it says here on his normal appearance, Orin wears an orange with tan-like orange headphones with a hair tuft facing down at the right side of 2 antennas. It's this thing right here. He has a little smug and relaxed expression on his face. But in his horror form, he appears to be the same as regular, except his eyes are bleeding wide open with a traumatized expression. He also has his rib cage open, with his lungs, heart, liver, and stomach exposed. His heart glows every time he does a kick during his animation. His heart beats like his mouth. And we also have trivia on this character. A lot of it. It says Orin and Simon are not related, but they are good friends. Orin and Ratty are also not related. Orin and Pinky are confirmed to be dating. This is currently the only canon so far, confirmed by the creator's Discord. Orin found Pinky out of nowhere and they started dating since. One out of the two, Orin confessed first. The antenna on him are actually real, not cosmetics. So he's an alien from outer space. Despite this, his antennas don't do anything of valence, as said by Nayako Orin skateboards, despite having no legs. Orin likes bunnies, which is likely how him and Pinky met. Orin's death is, most likely, inspired by the bald eager torture method. Wait, that's his blood, not bald. What? However, his front body only got ripped open, not the back. Perhaps it's still unconfirmed yet. Orin most likely helps his girlfriend Pinky do her makeup, assumed fact. He would dislike it if he got his headphones taken off by someone. So Orin here, so the character that shows up when you place it down is named Black, because he's black. So Orin, if I were to guess on how he got his form, either that someone did this blood eagle torture method on him and made open his entire chest open. And by the looks of it, he's bleeding from his eyes, so his eyelids might have been ripped off. Anyways, next character, Ratty. Ratty is a demon-like figure with 5 dark red spikes on his head, as well as an irritated or angry expression. Ratty's face is half ripped off along with an eye. The lower half of his body is torn apart with organs, likely intestines, exposed at the bottom. His empty eye sockets is dripping blood. He is seen with a noose around his neck, implying his death was caused by hanging. No crap, Sherlock. In Ratty's horror form, if you were to remove him, he goes up instead of down due to him hanging. Let me see this. Confirmed. Ratty's appearance is referenced from a character in a show called Oddbots, named Fuse, just like Orin. His hobbies are also similar to the Oddbots, which is exercising, watching sports, and having high-tempered personality. Alright. Nayako BF has confirmed that Ratty and Derpal are not related. Derpal's my favorite. Ratty usually exercises. He likes to watch sports on TV. He is one of the fastest runners among all the Sprunkies, along with Simon. And you all can pause this and just read the rest of it, because I ain't gonna want to make this video too long. So, how I think of what happened to Ratty is that he saw one of his best friends get literally mauled to death or mutated, and he decided to just end his life, and then someone found his body and just decided to do this to him. Alright, next character. Alright, this character is called Silver, also known as Clukr. Clukr. How do you even pronounce that? So, in his normal form, it shows that he's all happy-like, but in his horror form, ugh, shows it right here. His head's been, like, caved in. His sound loops in normal mode match the countdown on the reset button, similar to Sky also does this, but in the horror mode instead. We're gonna get to that soon. It's been confirmed right here that Clukr built Funbot and Mr. Fun Computer with Garnold. This is also because one of Clukr's hobbies is building things, and he can take off his symbol. So, how I think of what happened to Clukr is that someone just possibly smooshed his head in. Like, does it say it on here? The fact that the antennas... Yeah, it says here that someone... He was probably murdered by being crushed against the hibble by his symbol by someone else. But who? Alright, next character. This is Funbot. And his horror form is just the same thing, but sad. Anyways, it says here, we already know that he's been built by Garnold and Clukr, similar to Mr. Funbot. Him and Garnold have the same visor. Funbot was confirmed to be one of the survivors, along with Gray, Wenda, Pink, Jevin, and Brud, and Mr. Funbot. Him, Gray, and Jevin are the only Sprunkies to not have their looks affected much in horror mode. So there isn't much to say about Funbot. I just think that he just saw one of his creators, being Garnold and Clukr, just get death. Alright, next character. This is Green, also known as Vineria. So Vineria is normal form. She looks so happy. She has nice green hair, plant hair. She looks so happy. Pow. Snail. It gets snailed, idiot. It's confirmed that the plant grew inside her in her horror form, and the hair isn't actually a hair. It's a wig, as seen in the game's gallery. Vineria has multiple vine wigs she can switch from, though the one she's wearing in-game is her favorite. She, along with Gray and Pinky, are the only characters who have eyelids differing from their skin color. Alright then. Her job is do plumbing. What? Vineria has multiple... Her horror form is based off a character named Nutty. This originates from Happy Tree Friends, which is his injury in an episode called Once Upon a Time. So, it says that in her horror form, the plant grew inside her and turned her into Slug Girl. Although I feel like there should be a reason how the plant grew. The plant might have grew because, well, someone must have watered her. Like, she drank too much water, or Black just made it grow. Alright, next character. This is Gray, a nice cat-looking character. In his horror form, he's okay. Nothing wrong. Yeah. He appears in the thumbnail with Simon and Pink. Oh, and him and Wenda are not related. Gray, along with Funbot Jevin, doesn't change very much in horror form, and he's not actually a cat. Despite this, people can decept his species as whatever they like, as stated by himself. Right? So Gray doesn't care of what type of species he gets called. I'm gonna call him a cat because he looks like a cat. He survived due to hiding well, and he doesn't know anything about Black. And it says that he's the main protagonist of the horror mod. Alright. Also says here that Derpal, Simon, and Mr. Sun are considered survivors because they're abnormal. We'll get to you three later. And it's currently debatable for Mr. Tree. So, there isn't much to say about Gray. All I can just say is that he just survived. Just seeing some trauma. Next character. This is Brud. And I'm confused on how he survived, because in his normal form it was okay, but How did he survive with part of his freaking head bitten off? It says Brud was bitten by Simon. Even though he got bit, he doesn't feel the pain and is still alive. And he's the gum character stereotype. And it says he's one of the survivors of Grey, Wenda, Funbot, Jevin, Pinky, and Mr. Fun Computer. Here's a bucket to hide the spike on his head. So, I have nothing to say. It says it itself, although I don't know how. It doesn't even say how he survives from the freaking bite. Does it? Somebody's also can't ask Simon ate Brud's bucket and as well and choked on it for a little while. Yeah, it doesn't really say anything how the heck Brud survived with having this part of his head bitten off and part of his torso. Alright, next. This is Garnold, also known as Gold. In his normal form, he's just a robot-like guy. And his horror form, boom. Eye and human teeth. This is the grossest design I've ever seen in my life. It says him and Funbot have the same visor. Already knew that. It's been confirmed that Garnold and built Funbot Mr. Fun Computer. Yeah. If you remove his visor and his vector, he has a normal face and eyes underneath. Alright. Oh, in his horror form, the eyes are... This eye is still normal. Alright. His favorite game is Five Nights at Freddy's. Oh, wait, hold on. It tells us something about his, mask. In his horror mode, it was confirmed that Garnold was spring-locked. In other terms, the suit crushed him alive. This is a reference to Springtrap from Five Nights at Freddy's. I don't think it's fun to copy a death from a game. But I feel like someone activated this spring locks in his suit and caused him to look like this. Also, why does he look like the only here to have humans? Alright, next character. This is Lime, also known as... How the hell do you even say this? Can someone please tell me? Anyways, on his normal form, it's just a guy who looks mentally ill. And in his horror form, bam. I think he might have got caught in a fight. He is most likely used as someone to help with a transition or beat drop. Yeah. Unlike the rest of the cast, his and Gray's eyes still have outlines in their horror forms. Oh yeah, that's true, his outlines too. I didn't even see that. Normal OWAKCX is not canon. This one. Normal Nutty from Happy Tree Friends. Coincidentally... Oh, it says his name is translated to 9 in base 64. Coincidentally, his name is also an element. What? He once got hit in the head by Ratty. With a hammer. Which possibly explains frazzle expressions. That, or he's just escaped a mental hospital. He will never get addicted to gambling. It's because he probably has already been in a mental asylum before, see? So his expression is not from Ratty hitting him with a hammer. It's because he was in a mental asylum. So this character. This is the type of stuff that will happen to you if you were, like, caught in a fire. Let's just get to the next character. Sky Blue, also known as Sky. In his normal form, he looks just like this, a cute little teddy bear. Boom! Stabbed literally 4 times by giant metal rods. Sky is 14 years old, which makes me sad that this character died in such a gruesome way. Although I'm pretty sure there are some characters that have been killed gruesome. He has the shortest name, only being 3 letters long. Other than Ratty, he seems to have the most brutal death among the other Sprunkies. In normal mode, his voice syncs with Gray's. That's cool. So here, someone must have, like, literally taken exactly 4 rods, stabbed a 14-year-old sky blue teddy-looking person through here, 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 and here. Anyways, next character. This is Mr. Sunman. Normal form, just a happy sun. Horror form, giant eyeball. Kind of reminds me of the all-seeing eye character from Lord of the Rings. Mr. Sun's melody was in major key, while everyone else's was in minor. This is no longer true in the official Corey upload. Is that what this is? There's a bug where Mr. Sun's normal sound gets lower slash plays in major key again. Just like Orin and Ratty, he's based off on a series being inspired by the Sun from The Amazing World of Gumball. Alright. Mr. Sun, it's just gonna talk about how he isn't dead and just abnormal. He sings with Mr. Fun Computer in horror mode, while he says, "Look around you." Shall we test this myth? Alright. Yeah, kind of. Why did I solo this? This is creepy. Alright, so it kind of does sync, but not much. He's the biggest character in the game, if including real-life size comparison, due to being the Sun. Yes. Mr. Sun doesn't have a gender. He is literally the Sun. Mr. Sun, the Korea banner, ground banner, yeah. So, if I were to guess, Black, the main antagonist of this entire mod, possibly managed to just somehow mutate the freaking Sun and turn him abnormal and have literally a giant flipping eyeball. Alright, next character. Next up, we got Derpal! I like Derpal, he's my favorite character. Now, in his normal form, he looks like this. His horror form, it looks like he's completely normal until you see this animation. Yes. And there's actually a reason why. I saw this earlier. Where is it? He likes to play the trumpet, of course. Where is it? Derpal matches Mr. Tree's sound in the horror version. Although you can hear Derpal more than Mr. Tree. The only difference is Mr. Tree uses flex. Like, well, Derpal, I don't understand a single thing. What that just... He is very calm. Yay. No matter what, his name will start with D, even if he was a different color. So if he was green, he would be green. And if he was red, he would be dead. Or deed. No, he would possibly be dead. Derpal's a dragon. Despite being a dragon, he can neither fly or breathe fire. Ratty and Derpal not related. Okay, cool. His skin is very stretchy in the horror version. Very stretchy, huh? So again, with these the abnormal ones, the Black must have definitely done something to Derpal to make his jaw just go, oh. Mr. Tree. I hate this character so much because it's just a freaking tree. Mr. Sun is fine. The tree... Yeah. I don't even know what to say much about this character. So this is Mr. Tree's normal form. Horror form. The leaves parts are black. White, and the oak log is black. And there is a missing person poster, who I would believe is black. Mr. Tree is 50 plus years old. He's the second biggest character in the game, considering Mr. Sun, who is a son. Well, I think the reason why he's like his biggest character because he is literally a tree. That's my only opinion why. He's a tree. So, Mr. Tree might have died to like being I don't know. It's just a dark tree with a missing poster. This is Tunner, also known as Tan. His normal form, he's a good-looking sheriff. Howdy, partner. Horror form, BAM! Shot in the head. He's one of the few characters that only has a slight change in their horror form. Slight change. Understood. It's confirmed that the sideburns are actually his ears, and that he has 2 pairs on each side. So he has... In total, Tunner has 4 ears. Tunner owns a revolver. Okay. Tunner just likes it when people take his hat. Oh yeah? I'm gonna take your hat. Tunner always takes a shower the first chance he gets. Tunner does smoke, but rarely. His whistling sound syncs with Sky's music box noise, Simon's synth, and Mr. Fun's computer singing. He's the sheriff. He's one of the victims of Wenda as she stole his gun and headshot him. So yeah, I don't really need to explain how this character got a boom headshot. It says it right there. Yeah. Mr. Fun Computer. He's a fun-looking computer guy. Horror form. My pal has seen some stuff. So, there's a bug where you view him in horror mode. His normal form flashes for a frame at the start of each loop. Let's see. Alright, so we're gonna have to have... I'm gonna do Brud. And then... Alright. So, it might take a while for this to show. Oh, I saw it for a split second. Slow motion. Alright, back to the myth. Back to the... In horror form, when he says, look around you, the eye... Yeah, we already know. Hey, he has a... If he had a favorite Vocaloid, it will be Akita Nero. Mr. Fun Computer is a small character in the game, if not including the table as his body. Well, he's also a flippin' computer. He has the longest of all names. Oh, yeah, he got Mr., he got Fun, and he got Computer. Despite being over 18, he still looks and acts like a child. Alright, so there's not much to say about Mr. Funbot, like there's much characters not to say about. All he does is just this. He says he's a survivor. Mr. Funbot's confirmed to be one of the survivors, yeah. Let's check and see if there's anything else. In the Crybox version, when he says run, it doesn't flash anymore. Alright. Oh. Next one. This is Wenda. She's just a white-looking furry in horror form. Boom. She looks yandere. Anyway, it has been confirmed by the creator of Sprunki that Wenda and Gray are not related. An ST hashtag 2 is confirmed that Wenda was not the one that bit Brud in horror version. Yeah, we already know who did that. If you mute her for a long while and unmute her, a glitch happens. I don't want to try that. Her normal sound is titled Pouring A Sound, and the Scratch Project, her horror sound is titled Crazy. I think I can see why. There's also an unedited, unused version of Crazy as well. Wenda does purr, but it's very rare to catch her doing so, as said by the creator. I can't tell if that just meant like in the Sprunki universe or in the game. Wenda was the only one who killed the characters, but it is confirmed that she did kill... Oh wait, no. Wenda wasn't the one who only tried to kill the characters, but it is confirmed that she did kill some of them. It's possible that Wenda has a rude personality. Wenda uses a knife. Alright. So, it says that Wenda killed some of the characters, not all. So, some of the characters must have been brutally murdered by this yandere psychopath. Alright, next character. This is Pinky. Also known as Pink, but Pinky. In her normal form, she's just a pink little bunny with a bow tie. Horror form. Boom, face has been entirely ripped off, and yet she's a survivor. She appears in the thumbnail along with Siren and Gray. Her horror form design is based off a character named Giggles and Happy Tree Friends. From her injury from the episode Ice Cold Lemonade. Wow. Pink and Orin confirmed, yeah. Pinky was confirmed to be one of the survivors in the horror mode along with Gray, Wenda, Funbot, Jevin, Brud, and Mr. Fun Computer. Pinky was likely a victim of Wenda. She, along with Vineria and Gray, are the only characters who have eyelids differing their skin color. So Vineria, Gray, and Pinky are the only ones with different eye colors. The eyelid colors. She would be good at cooking, as stated by Naiko BF on his Discord. It is possible that she has the ability to jump higher than the average Sprunki, just because this could be her being a frickin' bunny. Pinky is likely to go blind her horror form due to her missing eyelids. Alright. So it says confirmation needed for when it says Pinky was likely a victim of Wenda. So it's a 50-50, either saying that Pinky got her face ripped off by Wenda, or possibly by a random entity. Alright, next character. This is Blue, also known as Jevin. I'm not going to say anything about his horror and normal forms, just that in his horror form, he's just darker. Despite his ominous appearance in the horror mode, Jevin's on the good side. Let's go! Jevin, yeah, we already know. Jevin, Gray, Funbot, the only characters not actually changed with the horror mode. Oh, Jevin's a cultist. It's currently unknown what Jevin looks like if his hood was off. Alright. Jevin, Black, and Tunner are not related. Him and Gray have the same loop and face, too. If he were given a gun, he will only use it in case of emergencies. I'll probably do the same. So, nothing much to say about Jevin. He's just on the good side. He is a survivor in lots of other stuff, you know. What does it say? Would Jevin have an actual ability? He'll only use it... Oh. Alright, that's just the last character. The final character. Black. The only time we see him is in his horror mode. And this is his normal version, but not canon. He is the only character to not appear in normal mode, as placing him will instantly bring you to horror mode. Black and Gray are the only characters without confirmed given names. I'm pretty sure that the color gray, I know it's not color, but I'm pretty sure the gray is usually spelled G-R-E-Y. G-R-E-Y. Alright? Anyways, if you drag this icon onto a blank color, cause the screen go blah blah blah. It's just going to tell you about how it brings you to horror mode. Black's old sprite had eyes underneath the face, which means his old sprite is built off an even older sprite, which is seen in the gallery section. Really? Old appearances? Wow. According to creator Sprunki Lore, is that how you pronounce the name? I really can't tell. If Black was a normal character, he would have a low-pitched singing voice. I could also describe it as sounding like Voice 1 from Monochrome, but low-pitched. I'm not even gonna search it up. So here's an actual theory I have. Black is a girl, despite this saying he's a male. Because in the poster, it shows a human-looking face on the poster on Mr. Tree. And the only one with a human-looking face is Black. But that's just one theory. I have another theory. Black probably was a guy, but died along with his either wife or daughter. And is now in this game torturing these Sprunkies for the rest of their lives. I don't know. That's just a theory. That's it. It's just a Sprunky theory. Anyways, that's going to do it for today's video. That's everything you possibly need to know about the Sprunkies. Or Sprunky, what they are, and possibly how I think they had their fate. Anyways, that's going to do it for today's video. Thank you guys so much for watching to learn about Sprunky. This is for those who don't know what that is. Check out my Sprunky shorts I have. They're very funny. And I'll see y'all next time. Peace.